Good afternoon and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 364. I hope you guys had a good Christmas break, a good New Year's break, and now we are back to normal, well, sort of normal operations. My oldest is home from school because of the lockdown, but thankfully the youngest went to school. So we are here doing a coffee stream. Thank you, Wikipedia. So, hello, Wikipedia snippet. Hello, W.R. Costin. Hello, Maniac Man. Long time no see. Glad to have you here. Hello, JP. Glad to have you here as well. So, we're just going to have a fun little stream today. Got a couple of news stories from Pinkalo. Just gonna hang out for an hour and have a chat. I'm dealing with distance learning, which is lots of fun. Having to figure out how I'm going to do all the visual stuff with the 6-year-old. Thankfully, his school is lending out Chromebooks this time, so he will be able to benefit from that. One more and you'll have a non-leap year of coffee streams. That's true. Good good call there, Wiki. I didn't think about that. And I'd also like to thank everybody for helping me get past the 800 subscriber mark yesterday. That was really cool. Next stop is 1,000. Let's get this going here. This is really cool, and I'm just having a pretty good day, surprisingly, because I've as you guys know, I've been kind of dealing with some bull crap, and hopefully that starts being fixed today. I do have a doctor's appointment after the show, so hooray! Hopefully we get the meds working and the therapy referral and all that good stuff going. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to Twitter and get a article open. Let's close the music window. We've got, if you hear random shouting in the background, the 6-year-old is playing Minecraft right now. Hello, Becca Fairley. The school is using Chromebooks in an unknown archive city. Oh, okay. I did not know that. So let's take a look at, there's a couple of stories that Pinkalo sent us. Oh my goodness. Don't yawn, you just got here. I did sleep in. Slept until 8:40. Doctors are evil, says Costin. Try to avoid them by eating an apple. Alright, let's see here. Let's get back into the DMs. He is yelling at the creatures in his game. Alright. Where's the message DMs from Pinkalo? There we go. Not an apple a wicked witch gives you. Hey, Addie. Let's see. What is this link here? Oh, this will be good. Just amazing. All right. Back to StreamYard. So, this is what happened over the weekend. Apparently, Iran seized a South Korean tanker. Because, as you do, Iran seizes South Korean oil tanker, begins new uranium enrichment. Published today. Just great. Just great. Okay.
Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Iran on Monday began enriching uranium up to 20% at an underground facility and seized a South Korean flagged oil tanker in the crucial Strait of Hormuz, further escalating tensions in the Middle East between Tehran and the West. You are currently...
This is not going to end well.
The announcement of enrichment at Fordo came as fears arose that Tehran had seized MD Hank UK Kumi. Iran later acknowledged the seizure, alleging oil pollution sparked the move. However, hours earlier, Tehran had said a South Korean diplomat was due to travel there to negotiate over billions of dollars in its assets now frozen in Seoul.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
The dual incidents come amid heightened tensions between Iran and the United States in the waning days of President Donald Trump's term in office, which saw the U.S. leader unilaterally withdraw from Tehran's nuclear deal with world powers and set off months of escalating incidents between the two countries. You are currently...
Yeah, and now that he's going to be out of office, this is all going to go to shit. Hey, Selected Boy. Hey, Blind Ryan. Yeah, gift that keeps on giving is about right. I'm a tanker seizing virgin.
Iranian state television quoted spokesman Ali Rabiei as saying that President Hassan Rouhani had given the order for the move at the Fordo facility. Iran's decision to begin enriching to 20% a decade ago nearly brought an Israeli strike targeting its nuclear facilities, tensions that only abated with the 2015 atomic deal. A resumption of 20% enrichment could see that brinkmanship return, as that level of purity is only a technical step away from weapons-grade levels of 90%.
Yeah, once Trump is gone, the peace in the Middle East that he brokered is going to just explode.
From Israel, which has its own undeclared nuclear weapons program, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu criticized Iran's enrichment decision, saying it cannot be explained in any way other than the continuation of realizing its goal to develop a military nuclear program.
Basically. There's no other way to explain it. If it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Israel will not allow Iran to create a nuclear weapon, he added. Tehran has long maintained its nuclear program as peaceful. The U.S. State Department says that as late as last year, it continued to assess that Iran is not currently engaged in key activities associated with the design and development of a nuclear weapon.
Peaceful nuclear technology. Well, there is that for powering your home, but I still highly doubt it.
Trump withdrew the U.S. unilaterally from Iran's nuclear deal with world powers in 2018. In the time since, there have been a series of escalating incidents between the two countries.
Yeah?
Iran's decision comes after its parliament passed a bill, later approved by a constitutional watchdog, aimed at hacking enrichment to pressure Europe into providing sanctions relief. It also serves as pressure ahead of the inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden, who has said he is willing to re-enter the nuclear deal.
Yes, he has, which is not going to be good for the States if he does.
Iran informed the International Atomic Energy Agency last week that it planned to take the step. The IAEA said Monday that agency inspectors have been monitoring activities at Fordo and that its Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi planned to issue a report to member nations of the UN organization later in the day. You are
Hmm.
currently... Meanwhile, satellite data from marinetraffic.com showed the MD Hank UK came off Bandar Abbas on Monday afternoon, with no explanation as to the change in the vessel's path. It had been traveling from Jubail, Saudi Arabia, to Fujairah in the United Arab Emirates. The ship had been carrying an unknown chemical shipment, according to data analysis firm Refinitiv.
So basically, the Iranians seized this ship that's got a chemical shipment on board, and is using it to uh, create enriched uranium. That's my take from this.
Calls to South Korea's foreign ministry and the ship's listed owner, DM Shipping Company Limited of Busan, South Korea, were not immediately answered after business hours Monday. Iran did not acknowledge the vessel's location. The United Kingdom Marine Trade Operations, an information exchange overseen by the British Royal Navy in the region, acknowledged an interaction between a merchant vessel and Iranian authorities in the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf through which 20% of all the world's oil passes. You are currently...
So there was communication, and now a seizure.
As a result, the UKMTO said the merchant vessel made an alteration of course north into Iran's territorial waters. Commander Rebecca Reberich, a spokeswoman for the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet, said authorities there were aware and monitoring the situation. Ambry, a British security firm, reported the incident as an apparent seizure. Dryad Global, another maritime security firm, said the ship's crew was 23 sailors from Indonesia and Myanmar.
Okay. What happened to the crew? Are they being detained? Are they like what is happening to the crew? Oh, excuse me. Is anyone doing anything to help the crew?
Iran's announcement coincides with the anniversary of the U.S. drone strike killing Revolutionary Guard General Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad last year. That attack later saw Iran retaliate by launching a ballistic missile strike, injuring dozens of U.S. troops in Iraq. Tehran also accidentally shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet that night, killing all 176 people on board.
Yes, and because Iran just does. It shoots first and asks questions later. The plane is a very good example of that.
As the anniversary approached, the U.S. has sent B-52 bombers flying over the region and sent a nuclear-powered submarine into the Persian Gulf.
Yeah. Can't be too careful.
On Thursday, sailors discovered a limpet mine on a tanker in the Persian Gulf of Iraq near the Iranian border as it prepared to transfer fuel to another tanker owned by a company traded on the New York Stock Exchange. No one has claimed responsibility for the mining, though it comes after a series of similar attacks in 2019 near the Strait of Hormuz that the U.S. Navy blamed on Iran. Tehran denied being involved.
Interesting. So there's more evidence to suggest that Iran was tampering with this shipment.
In November, an Iranian scientist who founded the country's military nuclear program 2 decades earlier was killed in an attack Tehran blames on Israel.
Yeah.
Associated Press writer. Related images. In this photo released Monday, January 4th, 2021, by Tasnim News Agency, the MD Hank UK Kemi, a South Korean flagged tanker, is escorted by Iranian Revolutionary Guard boats on the Persian Gulf.
So this is the picture of the boat being escorted by the Iranians. That's just crazy. I remember a Far Side cartoon where a gun fighter was trying to ask a guy he had shot dead questions. Yeah. Pretty much.
End of. In previous item in carousel, 1 of 1, dimmed button.
So that's that story. So Trump is on his way out of office, and we are on the brink of nuclear war. Yay! Okay. Why does it smell like somebody's cooking something? Okay, a CBC article. Oh, I think Bengala is still up there. Okay. Failure to convert. Why the United States still uses imperial measurement. The story of Fahrenheit versus Celsius is a story of colonialism, industry, and stubbornness. Oh, God, come on. It smells like... Oh, you know what it is? It's eggs. Hi, Fury Kitten. At first I thought it was waffles in the toaster, but no, it's eggs. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we have a picture of a meat thermometer to top this article, and let's take a listen.
Whether roasting a turkey or baking some treats to celebrate the holidays, you'll notice cooking is one area where imperial measures still rule, from Fahrenheit to pounds to cups and teaspoons, Rasmarinka/Shutterstock.
Except sometimes I also see things in grams.
Link. Read comments. Audio embed. Frame 0. End of. Why? Even though why does Canada's largest trading partner, the United States, still use Fahrenheit, as opposed to the Celsius temperature scale? Producer Tracy Fuller looks into the business reasons that the metric system rules in most of the world except for south of the 49th parallel 550. As Canada heads into the coldest months of the year, you're likely to come across an outdoor thermometer with temperature readouts in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. Even though Canada uses the centigrade system in line with its adoption of the metric system, this country's biggest trading partner continues to use the older and by many accounts, antiquated, imperial system of measures.
It's... They are giving these scales a 3rd degree. As long as it doesn't smell like meth. No, it doesn't smell like meth. The US doesn't use imperial units, it uses US traditional. I only ever use Kelvin. Get with it, bitches.
List one item. Catch a Sundays on we end of the list. There are both social and economic reasons for why the United States of America continues to measure distances in miles and sell gasoline in gallons. Advertisement. So why hasn't the United States converted to the metric system? Frame 2. Advertisement. Group. End of. Those reasons spill into business decisions which can affect how Canadians and the country's economic players interact with U.S. counterparts, beyond measuring height in feet rather than centimeters. So why hasn't the United States converted to the metric system? It's a story with ties to colonialism, the Industrial Revolution and American individualism, so join the cost of living for a bit of a jaunt through history first.
Oh my god.
Heading Level 2. Celsius versus Fahrenheit in the 1700s. Only a few decades separate the invention of Dutch physicist Daniel Fahrenheit's temperature scale from Swedish astronomer Anders Celsius's system of measurement. If you look back, the creation of Fahrenheit and Celsius are happening at around the same time in the late 1700s, said Harry Krasinski, associate professor of economics at the University of Toronto.
Okay. So?
Fahrenheit puts the freezing point of water at 32 F and the boiling point at 212 F. You are in centigrade, as most Canadians know, freezing happens at 0 and boiling at 100 C. You are advertisement. Third party ad frame 5. End of. The book cover, Fahrenheit 4. End of. The book cover, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Image.
Why do you have 4...
If converted to the metric system, the title of Ray Bradbury's classic 1953 dystopian novel would be Celsius 232.8. The temperature refers to the burning point of paper or books. Chrome has new window. You are current.
Fahrenheit 451 sounds much better. This is ridiculous.
Centuries ago, which country or which colony you lived in dictated which system you used.
Okay.
In France, the metric system and centigrade ruled. In Great Britain, it was imperial weights and measures and Fahrenheit. Because Britain had so much influence here in North America, Canada and the United States sided with the imperial system as well, said Krasinski. Heading level 2. Industrialization heats up the temperature divide. Once the 1800s hit, the tools we needed to survive and where, how and what we did to make a living were changing rapidly. Suddenly workers were indoors for hours a day, manufacturing items, en masse.
Yeah.
Economist Harry Krasinski points to the Industrial Revolution as where things start to really set habits in place when it comes to measurement. As you might imagine, all these factories start going up and workers have to get trained in the sort of systems that are used to build the factories and do work in the factories, and it was all in imperial, said Krasinski.
Okay. I don't understand what the complaint is here. Am I missing it right now? Am I missing something, or is this just complaining for complaint's sake?
Advertisement. Third party at frame 6. End up. Chrome has new window. That meant buying meat by the pound, milk by the quart, and measuring height in feet and inches. Kids grew up learning the imperial system at school. Chrome has. There's a much longer tradition of individualism in the United States. People don't like to move off of things because transitions are costly. Semicolon, Harry Krasinski, economist, University of Toronto. Once North America was running under one rule of measurement, change wasn't something many people willingly embraced, especially since conversion would cost a lot of money. Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald, legalized the metric system in 1871, but neither industry nor Canadian society chose to put the system into practice as it wasn't mandatory.
Okay.
Basically, you have an enormous amount of investment that's occurred to get us set up on a particular system, explained Krasinski. And so, as you might imagine, once we're into that system, it has a lot of momentum and people don't like to move off of things because transitions are costly.
This is so nothing burger. I don't get it. Like, who cares? The states use the imperial system still because colonialism. Okay. Hi, Ghost Dog. Oh, this is crazy. I learned both. It helps. It does help. It is a slow news day. This is I can't read any more of this. This is crazy. Metrication. By the 70s, metrication moved to Canada. Listen to this.
And heading level 2. 1970s, metrication moves into Canada. By the middle of the 20th century, more and more of the world was using metric measurement. Industry started. You are Kurt Link, lobbying the Canadian government to convert measurement systems to facilitate international trade and join the trend towards standardization around the world. Chrome has new win in 1979. You are current in 1979. Link, government commissioned a white paper on metric conversion in Canada which found that converting was, in fact, in Canada's best interests. Chrome had
the government commissioned a paper to be written.
Listen, vertical line in 1974. The U.S. is dragging its heel.
I'm done. This is stupid. This is worse than last night's ridiculousness. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it a bit like a light Monday. Just trying to keep it a chilled out stream. I bet that person is 5'6". Ha. Oh. All right. Here we go. Here's a story about the extradition of Julian Assange. Stop yawning. Jesus. Okay. Share screen. All right. Share, please. There we go. There we go. And now it's shared. Okay. So the UK is not wanting to extradite Julian Assange. UK judge rejects extradition of WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to US. So, the UK is not going to give Mr. Assange to the States.
A British judge on Monday rejected the United States' request to extradite WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to face espionage charges, saying he was likely to kill himself if held under harsh U.S. prison conditions. You are currently on a text element inside of... A British judge on Monday rejected the United States' request to extradite WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to face espionage charges, saying he was likely to kill himself if held under harsh U.S. prison conditions.
You think that's their reason?
District Judge Vanessa Baraitser rejected allegations that Assange is being prosecuted for political reasons or would not receive a fair trial in the United States, but she said his precarious mental health would likely deteriorate further under the conditions of near total isolation he would face in U.S. prison.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably a true statement. They're going to keep him in England because they think he's going to off himself if he gets isolated.
I find that the mental condition of Mr. Assange is such that it would be oppressive to extradite him to the United States of America, the judge said. She said Assange was a depressed and sometimes despairing man who had the intellect and determination to circumvent any suicide prevention measures taken by American prison authorities. You are currently...
That is true. But that depends on anyone who really wants to die. If they really, really want to commit suicide, they're going to. Short of putting them in restraints, if somebody wants to end it, then that's what's going to happen.
The U.S. government said it would appeal the decision. Assange's lawyers said they would ask for his release from a London prison where he has been held for more than a year and a half at a bail hearing on Wednesday. Assange, who sat in the dock at London's Central Criminal Court for the ruling, wiped his brow as the decision was announced. His partner Stella Morris, with whom he has 2 young sons, wept. You are currently on a text element.
I bet.
Assange's American lawyer, Barry Pollock, said the legal team was enormously gratified by the UK court's decision denying extradition. You are...
Yeah. I bet that was a really, really relieving decision.
The effort by the United States to prosecute Julian Assange and seek his extradition was ill-advised from the start, he said. We hope that after consideration of the UK court's ruling, the United States will decide not to pursue the case further.
Yeah?
The ruling marks a dramatic moment in Assange's years-long legal battles in Britain, though likely not its final chapter.
No, definitely not its final chapter. Absolutely not its final chapter.
U.S. prosecutors have indicted Assange on 17 espionage charges and 1 charge of computer misuse over WikiLeaks' publication of leaked military and diplomatic documents a decade ago. The charges carry a maximum sentence of 175 years in prison.
Holy shit! 175? Wow. That's a lot of years in prison. Yes, they won't let him go into American prison because they feel he'll become suicidal.
Lawyers for the 49-year-old Australian argue that he was acting as a journalist and is entitled to First Amendment protections of freedom of speech for publishing leaked documents that exposed U.S. military wrongdoing in Iraq and Afghanistan. You are correct.
I don't know enough about military stuff to agree or disagree with that.
The judge, however, said Assange's actions, if proven, would amount to offenses in this jurisdiction that would not be protected by his right to freedom of speech. You are currently on a text element, inside of web content. To exit this web area, press Control, The defense also argued during a 3-week hearing in the fall that extradition threatens Assange's human rights, because he risks a grossly disproportionate sentence and detention in draconian and inhumane conditions that would exacerbate his severe depression and other mental health problems. The judge agreed that U.S. prison conditions...
I can see that.
The judge agreed that U.S. prison conditions would be oppressive. She accepted evidence from expert witnesses that Assange had a depressive disorder and an autism spectrum disorder. You are correct. I accept that oppression as a bar to extradition requires a high threshold. However, I am satisfied that, in these harsh conditions, Mr. Assange's mental health would deteriorate, causing him to commit suicide with the single-minded determination of his autism spectrum disorder, the judge said in her ruling.
Interesting.
Lawyers for the U.S. government denied that Assange is being prosecuted merely for publishing the leaked documents, saying the case is in large part based upon his unlawful involvement in the theft of the diplomatic cables and military files by U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. You are currently on...
Oops. I don't know about that.
The prosecution of Assange has been condemned by journalists and human rights groups, who say it undermines free speech around the world.
It does.
They welcomed the judge's decision, even though it was not made on free speech grounds. This is a huge relief to anyone who cares about the rights of journalists, the Freedom of the Press Foundation tweeted. You are currently on a text element. The extradition request was not decided on press freedom grounds. Rather, the judge essentially ruled the U.S. prison system was too repressive to extradite. However, the result will protect journalists everywhere.
The prison system is too grueling to extradite. Okay, you know what? I will say that U.S. prisons, they're prisons. They're not exactly vacation homes, but I'm sure there are plenty of other prisons in the world that would put U.S. prisons in a category of as safe and clean and helpful as a Walmart store in comparison. Mr. Jones. Let's see here.
Assange's legal troubles began in 2010, when he was arrested in London at the request of Sweden, which wanted to question him about allegations of rape and sexual assault made by 2 women. In 2012, to avoid being sent to Sweden, Assange sought refuge inside the Ecuadorian embassy, where he was beyond the reach of UK and Swedish authorities, but also effectively a prisoner, unable to leave the tiny diplomatic mission in London's Tony Knightsbridge area.
Yeah.
The relationship between Assange and his hosts eventually soured, and he was evicted from the embassy in April 2019. British police immediately arrested him for jumping bail in 2012.
Yep.
Sweden dropped the sex crimes investigations in November 2019 because so much time had elapsed, but Assange remains in London's high-security Belmarsh prison, brought to court in a prison van throughout his extradition hearing. Advertisement. Link footer. Use of this website link. Terms and
so
conditions.
That's the end of that story. Um, so the UK has decided that they're going to keep him. Um, and yeah, that's that story. And we read that. Shit, we can't be out of news already. Let's see. Me too. You can't have him, he's ours. Get your own. Mr. Jones and me. God damn it. Now I have that song in my head. There was a lady who got her neighborhood dancing to a Tom Jones song a little while ago. That's cool. That's pretty awesome. So you know what we're going to do, guys, for the last 10 minutes of the show? We're just going to talk. We're just going to talk and hang out. Because I can't go past 1 o'clock today because I've got to go pick up the computer for the 6-year-old, and then I have my doctor's appointment over the phone at 2. So unfortunately, I've got to stick to an hour show today. um but at least I'll be able to do shows. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to be consistent with streaming because I wasn't sure if the 3-year-old would be here. Howdy, Gunny. Another Maine person. We've got Duck Dog. We've got uh, uh, Mr. Jones. I think Grillin' Pirate Pete is from Maine, and I'm not sure. We've got a lot of people from Maine. Ah, you're food shopping. I don't know. I've had Souvenir BioMD bouncing around my head. That's funny. I've had some weird songs in my head. Like, I've had this stupid. One of the problems with TikTok is you get dumb songs stuck in your head, and I've been walking around for the past 3 days going la 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 la, which is totally off of TikTok. Oh, you're looking for a new job in Texas? You wanna get out of PA, huh? Stop it, he says. I don't want that song stuck in my head. If I have to have it stuck in my head, so do you. TikTok is famous for hit or miss. Yeah. You've had Want to Be. I've never heard that song. Um, Bad blind, I'll pay Pincalo to smack you. Well, you better hurry up before he leaves. Oh, let's see. So yeah, it's gonna be I'm just gonna warn you guys now. I'm most likely going to be going through a med change today. I'm expecting my doctor to issue prescriptions for some new meds. And so that will probably throw me for a bit of a loop. Yes. It's just streamlabs.com/Pincalo, I think. So yeah, it's an interesting it's been an interesting few weeks, and so I do forewarn you guys if I'm all like weird and out of it for a bit.
More so than usual?
More so than usual, it's because I'll be going through a med change. Um
We have a home for the chickens. It's the chicken coop.
so yeah, that's what will probably be happening today, but it's for the best. It's my meds just I'm going off the ones I'm on. Um
It's time for your cycle.
yeah, it's I've been on these ones for almost 2 years now. So they're just not cutting it anymore. And I always take the current meds right up until the med change happens. I never go off my meds completely. Never. Cuz that's just not safe. Yeah, you're hearing Pincalo. I have my door open because I'm trying to keep an ear out for the little one who's playing video games right now. Um, and Pincalo is home for now. He's probably going to be sent off soon. From for deliveries, he'll probably be sent off soon. Um, let's see. Don't worry, Vicky, you'll get used to it. Oh, hearing voices? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. I don't see what you're talking about.
Alex is doing weird things in Minecraft again, I think.
Why are you doing weird things?
They almost had to delete their world yesterday because Alex spawned, like,
Everything.
everything. He spawned everything. And it, like, Pincalo could see the console struggling to render everything. Your daughter's getting a new insulin pump today. She's a little nervous. Oh, well, you know what? Good luck to your daughter. My little sister is a type 1 diabetic. She's been wanting an insulin pump for a long time, but she's, to be honest, she's really shitty with staying on top of her sugar and everything. So I think the insulin pump would just kind of make her be a bit lazy with tracking things. But, you know, I do wish your daughter well. I hear voices in my mind. They cancel me. They understand. Yeah, sometimes the voices do that, but sometimes the voices are also stupid and say horrible things.
Voices aren't really there.
No, the voices aren't really there, says Pincalo. Let's see here. We got 5 minutes left, guys. Oh my goodness, my muscles hurt. I was doing lunges yesterday, and then I did my core workout, and my stupid app is sporadically giving me ads that I can't navigate out of to start my workout, which is really frustrating. The pump has been great for her, but we have to stay on her to check her sugar. Yeah, my sister has this weird device in her arm, and it's linked to her phone and my mother's phone. I can't remember what it's called. But it really annoys my sister all the time because my mom's phone will go off, and my sister will be like, there's a mute button on your phone, right? And I'm like, that would defeat the purpose. Yeah, the sensor, yeah. I feel you, BP, on the voices being mean. Yeah, sometimes the voices in your head can say horrible shit to you, man. It's like, my friend's son hates that his parents both see his numbers. Yeah.
3-minute warning.
3-minute warning. Okay, thank you, Pincalo.
You got a schedule to keep today, sorry.
No, I do.
Keeping you on point.
Yeah, I've got, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be signing off because I do have a schedule to keep today.
That would be a good time to do your outro.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start doing the outro. I want to thank you guys for coming and watching. Thank you again for getting me up over the 800 subscriber mark. You guys are freaking fantastic. And I really do appreciate all of you. I appreciate your views, your likes, your attendance, your interactions, just everything. You guys are freaking an awesome chat. I am not sure if there will be a Beat the Blind Girl tomorrow afternoon. If there is not, I may do one for an hour before Minions. But we'll see.
You're getting better at that.
Keep an eye on Twitter. Beat the Blind Girl just might not be feasible with Alex around tomorrow, but we'll see. But thank you for watching, and for sure come back for the coffee stream on Wednesday, and it will be Canadian Wednesday this week. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to end, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and we will see you shortly. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.